It is Dr. Cornel West who said, "You can't lead who you won't love, and you can't save who you won't serve." Leadership is not about how many followers you have. It's about how many leaders you create from those who follow you. Leaders do more than dictate. They delegate. They're also not afraid to surround themselves with people who may even be more knowledgeable than they are. Today on In the Mix, let's have a courageous conversation about the laws of leadership, how to become what you desire to attract. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Good people, how you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm yours truly, Dr. Eddie. I hope you're ready. Family, you know how we do it. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on this video as well. Come on, family. I want you to be a subscriber. I want you to be a partner on our in the Mix community. While you're doing that, of course, we're going to have a courageous conversation of illumination. You know how we do it, family. We got to pay that light bill. Yeah, what do I mean by that? Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Simple as that. Don't you wish the light bill could have been as simple as that? Just dropping a light bulb emoji in the chat. That's how you pay the light bill? Yeah, I know. But you can do that here. On our digital airwaves, drop a light bulb emoji in the chat. Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. We're going to light it up. We're too lit to quit. We're going to stay lit. We're going to keep it 100 on the watts. And we're going to keep it 100 on the conversation. Why? Because we are the light of the world. And of course, we're going to spotlight. We're going to highlight on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. The topic entitled The Laws of Leadership. How to become what you desire to attract. If you can remember last time, we had a courageous conversation, critical conversation about leadership, and I was sharing some levels of leadership that I think are very, very essential. One was one particular level of leadership, which was the level of position. It's more so positional highlights, right? You're specifically focused on your own particular personal rights, and you're in many cases advocating for why people should do what they do simply because of the position that you hold. We also talked about another level of leadership, which is a level of permission. Level of leadership highlights relationships. Position highlights particular rights. Permission highlights relationships. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go through all that, but I encourage you to rewind and check out, replay the previous show. Yeah, check out the previous show. That's for show. And of course, that one was entitled How to Use Your Influence to Make a Difference. We're going to tackle this today because as we get into the other portion of moving up the ladder of leadership, it's very, very important and incumbent upon us that we focus on production. Family, just type production. Type production. Type production. Position, permission, production. Yeah. I want you to know that you are of use. And simply because you are of use, here's what you have to do. You have to produce. You have to do something with what it is that you've been given. Family, if y'all ready to go higher, just type ready. Type ready. Production is about that which yields results. We are living in a results-based society. Come on, listen, if you're not producing results as a coach in the National Football League, in the National Basketball Association, in the NHL, National Hockey League, in the Major League Baseball Association, we're going to get you on out of there. In college football and college basketball, in any sport that you can possibly think of, especially as a coach, even as a player. If you're not a results-oriented individual, if your productivity is going down, they may give you a little concession here and there. But guess what? That concession that they give you better amount to better progression, better amount to better production, or we're going to ship you on out of here. Right? Because we're not doling out all this money. We're not paying you all this money simply because that we can be moribund. We don't want to be a moribund franchise. We don't want to be in the doldrums. We want to win. Production is about yielding results. I got to be a results-oriented type of individual. I have to focus on, what am I doing to be a better individual in regard to my level of production, in regard to my level of productivity, in regard to who it is that I am and what it is that I do, and how it is that I yield the greatest level of increase in progress and productivity in my life. I need you to hear me. People follow you because of what you have done for a particular organization or what you have specifically done in regard to showing your work. On the level of production, people get things done. They help other people get things done. They show you how to get things done. Here's what they do. People who produce lead by example. Show your work. Come on, family, type show your work. Show your work. The only people who are afraid to show their work are those who didn't do any work. Yeah. I remember being in school and especially in math class. Didn't really enjoy math all too well. I'm more English than math. If you can't tell already. Can easily be intoxicated with exuberance in my intellectual verbosity. Don't ask me 525 times 525 though. We're not. Get me a calculator, please. But I remember being in math class, and the teacher would always say, "You know what? You got the answers, this, that, and the other. How'd you derive your level to this answer? Whether it's to me or whether it's somebody else, how'd you get to this particular answer? What did you do? Right? Okay, you got the answer right, but matter of fact, okay, you did the addition, the subtraction. You borrowed. I didn't see that you borrowed the 9 from this, and you subtracted this particular number from that particular number. Where's the work? All I see is the answer." A lack of showing your work might say and might indicate that you got this particular answer from somebody else. Are you showing your work? Because when you show your work, it's a level of productivity. It's a level of you yielding the level of the results. This is what I have done. This is how I have reached this particular level in my life. This is what I have done to get there. Right? When people reach goals, good things happen. I have to level up in my level of leadership. Come on, family, type level up. Production in regard to the level of how we connect with other people is really specifically by having a heart for other people. Right? It's all about hard work, yeah. But hard work is also hard work. And hard work is also hard work. You can't lead people if you don't love people. You can't save people if you won't serve people. Leadership, a lot of times we believe leadership is specifically about how many followers you have. No, it's about how many leaders that you create from those who follow you. How do people get better? By being in proximity to you. What is the testimony? What is the level of to say, you know what, this individual can show their work simply because they were connected to you. They got better emotionally. They got better spiritually. They got better intellectually. They got better relationally. They got better because of how they feel about themselves. Simply because the aura of what it is that you give off makes people feel good about who it is that they are. And that only happens when you feel good about who you are. People don't feel good about themselves, always want to step on other people so that they can feel good about themselves. Are you hearing me? Bad leaders are those who don't want people to spread their wings. They want to crush people's wings. They want to break people's wings. They don't want you to hold fast to dreams, as the great Langston Hughes said, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams go, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. And a lot of people recognize that you're an eagle. And because of their ego, I need you to hear me, they recognize that you're an eagle, but because of their ego, they don't want you to soar, because here's the thing. If they see that you soar, now they believe that you'll surpass them. Who am I talking to? They believe that if you soar, you're going to surpass them. So they don't want to give you no cheat codes. They don't want to school you to the game. They don't want to give you all the ancillary aspects of what it is that they did to get to where it is that they are. No, they want you to figure it out on your own, because they understand with your level of intellect. They understand with your stick-to-itiveness. They understand with how you think real critically, quickly. They understand with you being quick-witted and quick with it, that here's what you are. You pose a threat to them. Here's the thing. I need you to understand this. Leadership is not threatened. Leadership is not dictatorial. Leadership is not about how you dictate. It's how you delegate. It's how you ingratiate. It's how you communicate. It's how you associate. Come on, family, type leadership. Type leadership. Talking about the laws of leadership. Yes, we are. Talking about the laws of leadership. And let me give you just a few laws of leadership. Let me give you a few laws of leadership that I believe that if you put these into practice and into play and into place now, you're going to permeate some places as you walk into them. Family, you know when I got my apparel on, it's all the way on. Yeah, when I have my apparel on, it is on. What I mean by that, we got class tonight, family. You ought to join us in my Eagles community. Eagles, my acronym for Eagles. Come on, family, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. My acronym for Eagles is this: empowered, authentically gifted, I love it, leaders envisioning success. Let me say that twice because it's also nice. Empowered, authentically gifted leaders envisioning success. You got to see it before you see it. And when you see it before you see it, you'll seize it. I'm helping you to seize your destiny. I'm helping you to seize your transformation, your next level thinking and development and insight and foresight and development of what it is that you have been called to do and how you've been called to walk in the level of greatness. You owe it to you to be in our community. You owe it to you to be around other individuals who empower you to walk through and do greater things that God has already instructed and called for you to do. You owe it to you. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. Fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Yes, you are. You're going to be transformed. Family, we're talking about the laws of leadership because I believe I'm talking to individuals who are next level leaders. And when you're a next level leader, you understand this, that it's not necessarily about what I have, it's about who it is that I am. And I can never know who I am until I know whose I am. And so I want to give you just some laws of leveling up as a leader. One is this: you got to be magnetic. Be magnetic. What do I mean by that? Who you are is who you attract. And here's the thing. You don't just attract what you want, you attract who you are. How do people feel when they're around you? How do people feel when they interconnect with you? How do people feel when they finish having a conversation with you? Are they rejuvenated? Do they have ideas for increase? Do they see their next level? Do they get to their particular next level? Do they see the greatness that's on the inside of them? Are you personable? Are you professional? Do you do what you actually say you're going to do? Right? If you say, you know what, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna show up, this, that, and the other, do you actually do it? Come on, family, type be magnetic. Come on, type be magnetic. Got to be magnetic. Secondly, here's what you have to do. You have to see the bigger picture. Come on, family, type that. See the bigger picture. See the bigger picture. Here's the beauty of what leaders do. Here's what I recognize about leaders. Leaders see more and before. Come on, family, just type that, more and before. Leaders see more and before. They see the bigger picture. Why? Because they understand this. When you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. What lens am I looking at life through? Come on, family, we're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. What lens am I looking at life through? I have to see more and before. Am I only looking through life through a myopic lens? Am I looking at life through the rearview mirror, or am I looking at life through the windshield? Hello? I have to move into a place of expansion. Come on, family, type expansion. Type expansion. Type expansion. Type expansion. Exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. And when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. I have to shift my perspective, and I have to shift my perception when it comes to life. Got to do that. I got to be magnetic. I have to see the bigger picture. Thirdly, come on, family, I need you to type this. Adopt a mindset for victory. Victory minded. That's what I have to be. I have to be victory minded. For me to be victory minded, here's what I have to do. I have to approach my day, each and every single day, to say, listen, what can I do to get better today? What can I do to grow in this particular area that I may have been struggling in? What can I do to grow in this particular area, in this particular aspect and perspective of where it is that I am in my life? How can I shift my mindset? How can I add value on my job today? How can I think like an entrepreneur even while I work as an intrapreneur? How do I overcome scarcity mindset? How do I overcome the emotional snipers? How do I overcome stinking thinking that keeps me soaking and sinking? How do I heal from the toxicity and the trauma of what it is that I've experienced that becomes so TNT, but I need to move into a place of truth and transformation? How do I overcome the emotional squatters that are in my mind? Limited beliefs. People's opinions that often ultimately become your prison. I got to shift into an innovative mindset, next level thinking, ideas for impact, ideas for increase, ideas. That's why you got to join my Eagles community. That's why you got to join my Eagles community. Family, if you're not a member of In the Mix, I would that you go ahead and become a partner with us. Come on, you watching In the Mix, but you're not a member of In the Mix? Come on, we got to do something about that. All you have to do is just tap the link in the chat. Link is in the description for how to become a member of In the Mix. There are 3 tiers that you can join us on any of those levels. VIP, Royalty, OQP. VIP, Royalty, OQP. You're a very important person with a very important purpose. Your royalty demands loyalty. OQP, only quality people. You're an only quality person. Come on, you up with OQP? Yeah, you know me. If you're up with OQP, now you show me. That's right. Grab one of those badges, become a member. And here's the thing. My gift to you is to now give you access into my members only area of this YouTube. Yeah, there's another portal on there that you need to get access to. Behind the scenes content, footage that's never been shown and seen, that's on social media, that's not going to be on social media, it's not going to be on the YouTube channel, is only specifically in my members area of the YouTube channel. Connor's Corner, need to get all the content there. Here's what I realize. I realize this, and that is there is a shortcut to success. Before you start throwing emoji tomatoes at me, I need you to hear me clearly. There is a shortcut to success. Hear me out. The shortcut to success is down the avenue of mentorship. Right to where, here's what you're doing. You're paying for convenience. You're paying for the shortcut. You're paying for speed. And that's what that whole aspect of mentorship is. Mentorship is about speed. The power of mentorship is taking the knowledge out of someone else's mind, who is already successful, by the way, right? They can give you constructive criticism because they constructed something. You're taking the knowledge out of their mind, you download it into yours, and you're putting the work in. Mentorship gives you accelerated access. What does it give you accelerated access to? It gives you accelerated access to speed, and speed now puts you on the journey and the avenue to greater success. Don't we all want that? Come on, family, type mentorship. Type mentorship. Mentorship gives you speed. That's why I want you to be part of my Eagles community. I want you to be a part of my Eagles community because one of the greatest gifts that a mentor, a coach can give you is speed. They take what they've learned in decades and give it to you in days, moments and months, and they give it to you in minutes. You owe it to you to get into our Eagles community and join us in our session tonight. It's just $24.99. Still of a deal. With the value that you're going to get, the Eagles Nest Reflections with the guided feedback that I give you specifically, personally, the teaching, the coaching, the training in our live sessions where I'm teaching it beyond just what you get here, where you get connected to all of our amazing Eagles community members who are gifted for greatness, where you get access to our private Facebook group. The list goes on and on and on. You owe it to you to be a part of our Eagles community. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. And I know as well you're going to be transformed with my new books. Generally, I put 2 books out a year over the last few years, but not at the same time on the same day. That's what happened within the last few days. I want you to go ahead and get these books, Learners or Leaders, Strategies for Successful Schools. Here's the thing. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. What do we do? How do we shift our classrooms, our culture, and our communities, and our curriculum that is oftentimes in crisis, that even affects our children? Come on, we got to do something. If you're a principal, if you're a parent, if you're a teenager or preteen or preschool teacher, any of these books will empower you wherever it is that you are, whoever it is that you are. Go right now. They're available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, as well as theeaglesacademy.com/books. Family, I got more in store for you. We're talking about the laws of leadership. Oh, yes, we are. How to become what you desire to attract. Yeah. We're going to take that and wind it back. As a matter of fact, breaking news. Got a special message. In the midst of this special message, I want you to stick and stay. More in the mix is coming your way. After these messages, I'll be right back. Our schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and our children are undereducated. Our classrooms, culture, curriculum, and communities are in crisis like never before. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. So how do we fix it? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm giving you strategies in my new book. It's my 17th book, by the way, called Strategies for Successful Schools. How to develop a diverse classroom of learners who read, lead, and succeed. This is a book that's available right now for our educational leaders. It's a must-read for school board members, parents, community advocates, transformative teachers. But not only that, so many of our young people are struggling with their academics, their mental well-being, limiting beliefs, procrastination, interpersonal trauma, and just feeling like they're hopeless. But what if there was a go-to guide to empower you to be a champion? Here's the good news. I've got another book for you. It's my 18th one. Learners or Leaders, Strategies and Solutions for Student Success. It's got a 31-day journal in there. It's got affirmations, really a lot of valuable life lessons, ways to set smart goals for success, improve your mental well-being, foster academic success. So much more that is in store when you get not just one, but both of these books. They're both available right now on Amazon, but also you can get signed copies that are available at theeaglesacademy.com/books. Don't just get them for you, but also get them for someone else too. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Family, we are talking about the laws of leadership. Yeah, how to become what you desire to attract. You know, as we are looking at that, told you we had to focus on, of course, production, focus on permission, and then position. Looking at some laws of leadership, looking at some levels of leadership, even rather. Being magnetic is important. Having a victory mindset, seeing the bigger picture is important. But here's another one. Leadership is about people development. Yeah. People development. Come on, family, type that. Leadership is about people development. So it moves into the place of reproduction. I'm not talking about conception. I'm not talking about, the whole aspect of creating a child. No, I'm talking about you are reproducing the value of what it is that you have internally into somebody else's life. I can't do that if I don't impress any value upon myself. I can't do that if I don't pour into who it is that I am. Because here's the thing. There's no people development without first personal development. Oh, come on. Come here. Yeah. You can only develop people at the extent of how you develop yourself. Yeah. Come on. Maybe your pour isn't as deep. Maybe your pour into other people's lives cuts off so quickly simply because it's just an extent of how you pour into yourself. I can't pour into you greater than the level of how I pour into me. An encourager has to be encouraged. What are you doing to encourage you? What are you doing to take your mindset to a greater degree? What are you doing to say, you know what? Before I ever develop people, I got to first be one of those people that I develop. Before I ever lead anybody else, I got to first lead myself. People follow because of what you have done for them. People follow because of the insight that they have gained from you. And here's the thing. What separates the good from the great? That's what I want to know. That's what I want you to think about. What separates the good from the great? Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And the ability to empower others first begins with the ability of how they empower themselves. How do you empower you through disempowering times? How do you empower yourself when it seems as if you can't make any progress? How do you empower you when it feels like you're at your end of the rope and you feel like giving up hope? And here's the thing, like I like to do, you feel like throwing in the towel. What do you do when life for you, what did Langston Hughes say? Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. And if it's been anything crystal form, it was broken shards of glass. Broken glass everywhere. Come on, you were almost at the edge of your mind. You were close to the edge, trying not to lose your head. What separates the good from the great is how those who are great are able to empower themselves in the midst of bad times, even when they're not always feeling good. Even here it is, when they do hit moments in their life where they are good, it's not just good enough. I got to take it to another degree. I have to take it to another level. I have to raise the bar. I have to shift the atmosphere. I have to set the temperature. Leaders understand, listen, I'm not no thermometer. I'm a thermostat. I don't reflect, I reset. I don't react, I respond. Not letting them see you sweat. Not crying, woe is me, and this, that, and the other, and you just don't have any emotional intelligence. You're going off on anybody who's in front of you, and you're blame shifting, and you're projecting your anger, and you don't have any good gauge of how to handle traumas or what it is that you've experienced in your life, and you don't have any counselors in your life, because in the multitude of counselors there's safety. You don't have any therapists. You don't have any counselors. You don't have any mentors. You don't have any advocates. How do you expect to lead other people? No, you just need to leave other people and get you together. Success without a successor is ultimately failure. Did you hear what I just said? Success without a successor is ultimately failure. And I need you to hear me. A leader's main responsibility is to develop other people. A leader's responsibility is to help other people to reach their potential, to help them to do their job, to help them to think critically, to help them to innovate, to help them to be more effective, to help, here it is, people to learn how to lead, to shift followers into leaders. Why? Because I want you to go beyond where it is that you are. I want you to experience life from a different lens. I want you to see life from a different avenue and a different aspect. And that type of development moves into a place of reproduction and replication. Not that you need to be me. Let's delineate that. I don't need you to be me. Imitation is not the highest form of flattery. It's the lowest form. Find your voice. Find your sound. Tap into your innate personality. That's you. That's your uniqueness. You're too unique to compete. You're too rare to compare. Can't nobody beat you being you anyway. Can't beat me being me. No. I'm a better me than you could ever be me. And vice versa. Replication and reproduction says, listen, there's a level of insight and knowledge that I've gained that I'm sharing with you, that if you take this, that if you build upon it, here's what I'm doing. I'm creating speed for you. I'm showing you the methods and the methodologies for how to really accelerate your life to move to a greater level. I'm showing you how to find your voice, showing you how to be unapologetically, unabashedly, unashamedly you. Come on, family, just type that. Type be you. Everybody else is taken. You might as well be yourself. Come on, family, type be you. The world's waiting for you to be you. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? Come on, family. Just type the wait is over. Type the wait is over. Type the wait is over. Listen, remember, we were talking about these levels of leadership. Level 1 specifically of what it is that I gave you was simply about position. Lowest form, position. Why? Because that whole level of position is, I need you to follow me. The team member has to follow the leader. Level 2 is permission. And that is the team member wants to follow the leader. Number 3, third level of leadership is production. And that is the team member appreciates, they admire the leader because of what he or she has done for the team. Remember, I told you, don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Fourth level of leadership is that that level of people development. Remember, I told you, you cannot develop people to a greater degree than you develop yourself. It's going to be pretty hard to do because what flows from me is a direct indication of what is flowing through me. I can't give you amazing insight that's tangible, that shows you, that helps you to show your work and breaks it down to its granular level and does X, Y, Z. If I don't do that interpersonally for me. So in that level of people development, the team member becomes loyal to the leader because of what the leader has done for him or for her personally. Here's some leadership laws that we got to understand. Come on, family, just type this. Type trust the process. Type trust the process. And here's the thing. Leadership is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't just grow overnight. You don't just arrive at who you're supposed to be overnight. It's a process. Next, there's empowerment. You add value when you serve others. Come on, family, type serve. A leader, as I told you before, a real leader is a servant leader, family. Service is the rent we pay for the space that we occupy. So here's what leaders are. Leaders are introspective. Leaders are metacognitive. Leaders are looking within. Leaders are saying, what can I do to shift? What can I do to channel? What can I do to change? Leaders are also metacognitive. They think about what they're thinking about. They're not impulsive. They're not reactive. They are responsive. Here's some questions that you got to ask yourself. Here's some questions that you got to ask yourself, family. Got to ask yourself some of these questions if you desire to develop people. If you desire to help people discover, develop, and then also deploy their greatness. There are some questions that you actually have to ask. Family, we're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. If you're not a member of our In the Mix community, go ahead, get a badge. VIP, Royalty, OQP. I don't want you to just become a member. Yes, that's good. I don't want you to become a subscriber. Yes, that's good. But I also want you to become a partner. We want to make this show bigger, better, brighter. We want to broaden our broadcast. You can help us to do that. Go ahead, get a badge. VIP, Royalty, OQP. And I appreciate you genuinely. Question that you got to ask. One is this. Am I passionate about my personal growth? When you think about developing people, you got to first look within. Am I passionate about my personal growth? Does my growth journey have credibility? That's the next question. Remember I talked about showing your work? What does your portfolio say? What does your resume say? What does it look like? With the lives of who it is that you have touched, what you've done in your community, what you've done in your organization, what you've done in your church, what you've done at your job, and maybe even going beyond the job because, a lot of people say, hey, you getting paid for that. I guess you did do it. But a job is what you're paid for. Your calling is what you're made for. What are you doing that you can't put a price on? They couldn't pay you to do it. Am I passionate about my personal growth? Does my growth journey have credibility? Thirdly, are people attracted to me because of my growth? Are you repelling people who are trying to grow because you haven't grown? Because your emotional intelligence is off? Because your attitude is off? Because you can't connect to people because your face card looks really, really bad? You're always frowning and looking frustrated and speaking that way as well? Next, what areas are you successful in? What are the areas that you're successful in? Are you an investor in people? It's another question. Next, do the people that I develop succeed? Yeah. What is their growth journey like? Because they learn from me, because they train with me, because I'm a teammate, not an opponent, because they're in my sphere of influence? What does that look like? Questions that need answers, family. Questions that need answers. Family, I just need you to just type this. Just type it's about people. Come on, type it's about people. It's not about I. It's about us. It's not about me. It's about we. It's about ours. Yeah. That's why we go hours and hours on this channel. Our channel for change. Our channel that creates change. Our channel that breaks chains. Highest level now. Highest level of leadership. I need you to type this out, family. Type Pinnacle level. The Pinnacle level. Why is the Pinnacle level the highest level? The Pinnacle level is the highest level because the Pinnacle level denotes respect. The Pinnacle level is the highest level because the Pinnacle level denotes respect. People follow because of who you are and what you represent. Essentially, they respect you. They respect the anointing on your life. They respect your voice. They respect your ideas. They respect your impact. They respect your influence. They respect, yes, who you are in regard to your personality, but they also respect the policy. They respect the principles. And a lot of times we put personality over principles and policies. It's about how you represent. This level 5 area of leadership, this highest level of leadership, hear me, it goes beyond denomination. It goes beyond organization. It goes beyond a fraternity. It goes beyond a sorority. It goes about necessarily who you know. It speaks about who it is that you are. It's about influence. Oh, there it is again. When we started curating this conversation, we talked about the whole aspect of leadership. And leadership, if you boil it down to one word, if you boil it down to its granular level, leadership is about influence. Come on, family, type influence. You know why a leader is so needed and necessary and so important? Why it's hard to find them in the daytime with a flashlight? Simply because everybody's influenced. But who actually influences? Who is willing to go against the grain? Who is willing to stand the test of time? Who is willing to swim in the opposite direction? Who is willing to go against the norm and the status quo and have a dogmatic aspect and an ebullient bold face to say, like, you from Detroit, what up though? Come on, I'm standing 10 toes down on my policies, on my principles, on my level of respect, on my values, on my beliefs, and I will not be moved. Ain't gonna happen. You gonna have to move because I'm not. Pinnacle leadership, Pinnacle level, highest level. Goes beyond organization, goes beyond denomination. It's about influence. And then also it's about implementation in other people's lives. Oh yeah, when you step into the room, I know you're going to get value from me. When all I need is one mic, I know you're going to get value from me. When I'm coming to mentor, you're going to get value from me. When you invite me to the organization, when you invite me to the church, when you invite me to the community, when you invite me to the event, when you invite me to speak, You're going to get value from me. Why? Because I've raised the level of my volume. Not necessarily just with my voice, but with my choice of how it is that I have chosen to live my life. Beliefs, values, systems, strategies, structures, principles, influence and implementation. Family, when you think about next level notable leaders who are on that pinnacle level, high five, level 5, plateau, not even plateau, pinnacle. Because a lot of us, we just plateau. We just remain where we are and we don't grow anymore. Just because you're grown don't mean you stop growing. But you can't help but to name individuals like a Nelson Mandela. I'm talking about pinnacle level leaders. You got to go Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., one of my heroes. You got to say Aristotle. You got to say John F. Kennedy. You got to say top 5 level. You got to say level leaders. Got to go Malcolm X. Got to look at people like a Fannie Lou Hamer. Got to look at people like a Mother Teresa. Come on. Level 5 leaders not only want to achieve success, they also want to move you into a place of greater significance. And they understand this. Here's the thing. There's no significance, much less success, without sacrifice. My significance comes from making a difference. Do you hear me? I need you to hear me on this. Let me set the tone on the microphone. Your significance comes from making a difference. Significance don't come from necessarily just making $1. Don't come from just making $1 and some cents. It's about how do you move into a place of making a difference through your level of common sense. It's not so much about the income, it's about the impact. It's not so much about the income, it's about the outcome. How do people get better because they're connected to me? Here's what I want to give you. Type this, family. Type focus on your focus. Got to develop as a leader, family. Talking about these leadership laws. I can't expect you to do for me or be for me what I won't be for myself. What am I doing to become what I desire to attract? What am I doing to become who I desire to attract? Are you evolved? Have you grown? How do you process your emotions? Are you developed? How do you handle conflict? Family, just type focus on your focus. What are your core strengths? What are your core strengths? How do you strengthen others as a result? Leaders understand this, that success leaves clues. Sure does. You're not a success without a successor. Who are you mentoring? Who are you giving back to? Who are you empowering to carry on the vision of what it is that you have? What culture do you create based upon the vision? You can have a vision all day, but what's the culture that inculcates the community? Vision has to not just be on a billboard. Vision has to not just be on a program. Vision has to not just be a specific line or specific letters or specific phraseology or a specific sentence on a website. Leadership, vision rather, that connects to leadership has to be visual. Vision means visual. Write the vision. Make it plain so that you can read it. That who that reads it can run with it. How do you intentionally build your influence? I need to be a level 5 leader. Come on, family, type level 5. This is not just beyond your positioning, because here's the thing. A lot of us got the position, but we don't have any function. We have the title, but we don't have a function. We're not people-centric. We're not people-focused. We're not servant leaders. It's all about I and give the rest of the vowels back. It's all about you, not them. It's all about you being served. But what are you doing to serve others? Dr. King said all of us can be great. Anybody can be great. Why? Because everybody can serve. Don't have to make your subject and your verb agree. Don't have to have a whole lot of money. But where's your mentality? So I can help somebody as I travel along and understand my living, my value is not in vain. Come on, family, just type, I'm a leader. Come on, type, I am a leader. Yeah, because I have a servant's heart, and the greatest among us will be your servant. Family, this is a great place to sow. Once you sow where you grow, once you sow where you soar. Servant leaders, rather, understand the power of investment. A servant understands the power of investment. And here's the thing. They'll always have a harvest when you have seed in the ground. A pastor will never run out of sermons. A poet will never run out of poems. A singer will never run out of songs. A writer will never run out of books. A giver will never run out of money. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. This is where you grow. This is where you soar. So I would that you would plant a seed into good ground, into here it is, this fertile soil that develops you into the leader that God has called, crafted, and created you to be. You can sow via electronically, Cash App, $, Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. Also, we've been having a super conversation. You drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. I want to appreciate you and thank you for doing so. I want to thank you for giving electronically. Cash App, $, Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. The link is in the chat for how to give and where to give. The link is in the description of this video for how to give and where to give as well. Hope you were empowered by this. If you're not a member of In the Mix, come on, family, join us. Yeah, become a member of In the Mix. And you can simply do that by tapping the link in our live chat. Tap the link in the description of this video, VIP, royalty, OQP, any of those tiers there. And I'm giving you access to my Connor's Corner content, behind the scenes footage, empowerment, inspiration, up close and personal conversations that I don't share on social media and that I don't share here in the free YouTube portion. I want you to get access because membership has its privileges. Family, of course, as you see me with my apparel on, you know it's all the way on. So we're getting ready to soar out of here. And I want you to join me there. Where's there? The Eagles Academy. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. theeaglesacademy.com. Can't wait to empower you tonight. Can't wait to teach to you tonight. Can't wait to speak life into you tonight. I want you to join me immediately right after this session is over. There's still time for you to get into this session. Go right now. Again, theeaglesacademy.com. We got just a special rate going on right now for the value that you're going to get and the price that you're only investing in. Listen, the value far exceeds the investment. Go ahead, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee that you will be transformed. Family, In the Mix. Woo, is out of time. But y'all know I'm not out of truth. Family, did you get anything from this? Was this empowering? Did this speak life into your life? Did this shift you into becoming the greater servant leader and tapping into those abilities that you possess? I sure hope so. And I sure hope that you were blessed. It does my heart glad and good to know that. Again, family, In the Mix is out of time, but y'all know I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I really do. Really do want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. We do that right here on YouTube, but also on our social media side. Sincere salute and shout out to all of you watching on our sister satellite stations on social media. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, hit the subscribe button as well. And I just got to ask you, are you my friend? Are we locked in? Well, then step this way, step that way. Yeah, step this way, step that way. What way am I talking about? By friending me, following me on social media. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. Come on, family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing up and y'all keep showing love. And you know, I'm going to keep showing up. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate. Please reach out to me. And if you're looking for a dynamic speaker, now why would you look any further? Come on, you know I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church. Invite me to empower you at your school, your session, your teacher in service, personal, professional development. Let's make some progression at your college, your event, whatever's clever. All you have to do is email me to invite me, info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know a brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together. Which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth, with self-paced Eagle's Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize